The day you got out, every stray dog in the city suddenly went dead silent and dropped to their knees in front of the prison gate. The tigers at the zoo went absolutely feral, broke their chains just to bow down to you. Even the wild beasts deep in the jungles, across the ocean, started charging east, because who you are is no ordinary thing. 3 years ago, your girl Lu Ruyan set you up. You took the fall for money laundering and involuntary manslaughter, framed, thrown behind bars. They thought these walls would hold you forever. What they didn't know, this was just the countdown to their own end. Right now you're gripping a worn, yellowed ancient tome in your palm, a legacy passed down to you by the old madman in prison right before he died. Those divine and demonic totems tattooed on your body aren't just for show. They're the medium for sealing contracts with ancient gods and demons. In your hand is a sharpened plastic toothbrush. The tip is soaked in blood, squeezed from your own fingertips, mixed with cinnabar dust, scraped from the cracks in the wall. First stroke soul seizure, second stroke bone replacement. You clench your jaw. The toothbrush tip drives hard into your left thigh, searing bone-deep pain, but you don't even flinch. Right there on your skin, a strange, almost alive outline of the character for Rat begins to take shape. In this world, the Rat stands for infiltration, getting into places no one else can. It stands for the greed that destroys foundations from within, and most of all, it stands for the cunning, ruthless spirit that sits at the very top of the 12 zodiac. As the final stroke lands, you let out a low, ragged growl. By my blood, I command the Rat King to rise. No limits, no rules, boom. A dark gray surge of energy that only you can see explodes from your leg, blasts straight through the thick, concrete prison walls, and tears out in every direction across the city. At that exact moment, all across Zhangcheng, in the sewers, the abandoned warehouses, even tucked inside the walls of luxury mansions, countless pairs of red eyes snap open in the dark. One piercing shriek cuts through the night, then a million more answer back. The guard dog patrolling outside lets out a whimper, collapses to the ground with its tail tucked, trembling all over. No matter how hard the guards beat it, it refuses to get up. Why did this dog just piss itself? The guard gives it a skeptical kick, completely missing. The shadows on the ground shifting in the moonlight. A massive flood of gray figures swarms around the prison and surges straight toward Yangcheng's most elite CBD district, the Zhao Group Tower, the Zhao family estate. Tonight is the 3-year anniversary of Zhang Qingtao, Kun, Jiao Haixiang, and Lu Ruyan's engagement celebration. Jiao Haixiang has his arm around Lu Ruyan, who's draped in a custom wedding gown. He looks on top of the world. Jiao Haixiang swirls his wine glass, smirking. Ruyan, that loser Yi Chen, he's probably been tortured half to death in there by now, right? If he hadn't taken the fall for that money laundering and manslaughter charge, I wouldn't be sitting where I am today. Li Ruanyan curls into him, all charm and sweetness. Why even bring up that buzzkill? He's just some broke nobody from the bottom. Taking the heat for you, that was his honor. Give him a little longer and he'll rot in there. The two of them laugh. The whole room laughs along. Then out of nowhere, the lights in the hall start flickering. Skirt, 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 skirt. A strange dragging sound closes in from every direction, like thousands of silk sheets being pulled across the floor. What is that? Zhao Haixiang furrows his brow. Suddenly, one of the bodyguards points up at the ceiling in pure horror. Snake, wait, no rats, they're all rats. The ventilation grate gets blown off, and hundreds of massive, black rats pour down like a waterfall. Then the doors, the windows, every crack in the floor. Gray shadows flood in. They don't bite anyone. They have one target, Zhao Haixiang's private safe and study. Stop them, Zhao Haixiang screams. The bodyguards swing their electric batons, but the rats are absolutely relentless. Stomp 110 more, rush in. In pure disbelief, everyone watches. The swarm tear straight into Zhao Haixiang's study. That room holds every core secret of the Zhao Empire. Property deeds worth billions, freshly signed overseas trade contracts, and even Zhao Haixiang's tax evasion ledgers. Crunch, crunch, crunch. The chewing sound is absolutely skin-crawling. By the time Zhao Haixiang charges in with a rifle, he drops to the floor. The safe, the one packed with irreplaceable documents, has a massive hole gnawed right through it. Shredded paper drifts down like snow. The property deeds gone. The billion-dollar contracts destroyed. The evidence that could bring Zhao Haixiang down, chewed to bloody scraps. And then there's the most insane part. Right in the center of the study, the rats have arranged themselves into one giant character with their bodies. Yeah, Zhao Haixiang's pupils shrink. It feels like an invisible hand just closed around his heart. Yi Chen, the image of that young man, the one he'd brutalized inside, flashes through his mind. He shakes his head violently. No, impossible. He's just a prisoner. How could he control a swarm of rats? Back in solitary, you slowly open your eyes. The rat toadam on your leg pulses with a dim, eerie glow. You let out a cold laugh. That was just the interest. Next up, the white tiger. 3 days later. The gates of Jiangqing First Prison slowly swing open. That morning, every powerful figure in Jiangqing feels it, a suffocating nameless dread. The sky is so dark it looks like it could bleed. Every bird within 5 miles has vanished. Dead silence inside the warden's office. The usually imposing Director Wang is drenched in sweat, barely holding it together as he stands in front of his own desk, while you sit in his chair, still in your worn prison uniform. Mr. Ye, your release paperwork is all taken care of. It was Mr. Zhao. Well, no, it was Zhao Haixiang. That bastard pulled strings from the top, said the original evidence was flawed, that you were wrongfully convicted. Director Wang's voice is shaking. He can't shake what he saw last night during his rounds. You sitting in total darkness, with the faint outline of a white tiger materializing behind you. The tiger let out one roar, and every single one of the dozen German shepherds in the prison dropped dead. That was real divine power. You rise to your feet, bare soles on cold concrete. On your upper arm, a white tiger charging downhill, so lifelike it's terrifying. The tiger's eyes drawn in your own heart's blood. You clap him on the shoulder. Director Wang, thanks for the hospitality these past 3 years. Director Wang's legs give out. He drops straight to his knees. Mr. Yi, the true dragon, enters the sea. Jiangqing's shallow waters are about to be turned upside down. You walk out the prison gates. Zhao Haixing's nowhere to be seen. Instead, it's Lu Ruanyan. She's parked in a fire-red Ferrari, sunglasses on, looking at you like you're something. She stepped in. Lu Ruanyan tosses an envelope at your feet, voice ice cold. Yichen, lucky you. Haixing needed a scapegoat for appearances, so here you are. There's 100 grand in there. Take it and get the hell out of Jiangqing. The Zhao family is way out of your league now. You don't touch the envelope. You just look at her. Lu Ruanyan, I went to prison for you 3 years ago, and now you're paying me out with 100 grand. What else do you want? You're a jailbird with nothing. I'm about to be a billionaire's wife. Lu Ruanyan scoffs, and then everything shifts. The Ferrari alarm starts blaring out of nowhere. The expensive, purebred racing poodle Lu Ruanyan, head on a leash, the most well-behaved dog you've ever seen, suddenly snaps free. It doesn't charge at you. Instead, it lets out a howl, raw wolfish haunting. And it's not just that dog. Every stray cat, every pet within miles, even the cicadas in the trees, all of them at once cry out in pure anguish. 10,000 animals wailing. The sound carries for miles. Li Ruyan's face drains white. Are these animals all going crazy? You walk up to the Ferrari and gently run your hand over the poodle as it bows its head before you, ice cold and sharp as a blade. They're not going crazy. They're welcoming their king. You snap your head toward Lu Ruanyan. The white tiger tattoo on your arm looks like it just came alive, letting out a roar that only souls can hear. Go tell Zhao Haixing to clean his neck. The words land. You take one step forward, bang. The Ferrari's hood can't handle the shockwave and cracks straight apart. Lu Ruanyan screams and crumbles to the ground. She watches you walk away, and in that moment she doesn't see a man. She sees an ancient predator surveying its territory. You head back to your place in the old part of the city, a rundown tenement building. But the moment you reach your front door, you hear it. Filthy laughter from inside. Hey little girl, your brother, that rapist, he's as good as dead in there. Anyway, guess you're paying off his debt with your body. Your eyes go blood red. That's your little sister Yiling.